What's up, bro?
I got work in the morning.
You got work in the morning? Where you working?
Job centre.
Which one?
Recording, so I'd rather not say.
Oh, okay, true. Has that been recording the whole time?
Yeah, I'm on and off, but this is like the...
Actual.
Yeah, the actual thing.
Factual.
That's it, actual. I'm editing that out. So yeah, man. I'll introduce the team.
Yes, sir. Straight out of Jack's School of Barbering.
Jesus.
Biggest barbers in the West Yorkshire, North East.
Not even up for debate. Not even up for competition.
Shout out to Tony.
Man like Tony Brown.
Let's go.
If you want to get the freshest trims,
No, real talk.
this is where you need to be.
Don't watch my trim, you know. My trim is not reflective of what's going on in these four walls, man. My thing is dusty. That's
Tell him again, bro.
Yeah, man. My thing is dusty.
That's it, man. But
But
yeah,
for this place here,
this is
elite,
legit. This is
elite,
the real
man.
deal.
Yeah, man. Tony, man.
We got a location here,
Ground up, brother.
and we got a location in Headingley.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, man. We got Google, so
Google that, B.
yeah.
Google that, B.
I'm not here to tell you everything.
Nah, man. You have to search. Do research, man.
Sometimes in the Bible it says, "Seek and ye shall find."
Oi.
Sometimes you have to drop down biblical knowledge upon people.
That's true, man. Because you, man, have got some absolute devilish hairline right now that needs reviving.
He's rebuking
Jeez.
in the name of.
Hey, he's hot fire. They're probably a scoop. You understand what I'm saying?
Trust me.
Come to Jack's, man. Get yourself straight.
They will sort you out.
They will.
But yeah, once again, many thanks to Jack's Barbers for letting us use this location.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
But yeah, we're back for another episode of the Frivals podcast. I'm here with my big brother. It was Big's brother.
Brother.
Used to be Dame and Big's brother.
Ooh.
How you feeling, my guy?
All right, bro. It's been life is just good as always.
Yeah, man.
Football's interesting. It's mad. This is a wild
Tree
time,
house.
bro.
Yeah, man.
Every time I feel like things are gonna slow down,
They get even faster.
they're taking off, bro.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm calm, man. We're just taking care of business. We're taking care of business on the podcast, taking care of business in the streets legally.
Keeping that road tax.
Yeah, that's it, man. And then
Paying that poll tax.
then the man them are doing the business on the pitch.
Yeah. No,
Might not be pretty at times. Sometimes it is, but
Listen,
that's
true
the,
champions don't keep it pretty all the time.
That's true.
That's
the way that love goes, like Janet said.
Come on. Nah. Sometimes, and you know what? I think it was documented. My boy AJ. You know, as I said, my boy AJ.
My boy.
Shout out to
my
AJ.
chargy.
I felt like I got frustrated by him because I just thought the brother's not showing the heart that his weaponry
True.
should. That's how I felt. You told me, nah, man, he's on it.
He's on it again.
And fair play. Though in my mind, I did say this, that Ngannou shouldn't be really swinging with no Olympian
Nah.
or world class fighter because there's just levels to the game. And fair play, that looked like a guy who was brave enough to get into a ring with an Olympian.
Yeah.
Because AJ wasn't even firing on all cylinders. That was just AJ doing work.
True, but I feel like Ngannou bought into the hype of AJ being washed. And the bag was there, the bag was nice. So I don't really respect him getting into the ring with an Olympian. I just think he got into the ring for, how much was it, 20 mil or something?
Oh yeah, no, I mean it was definitely a payday. But I think at last
He had no business being there.
No, but I feel like I think because what Mayweather's done, Mayweather's made it look like these brothers have a chance. You know, some Obama, yes, you can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so all these dudes trying to do this crossover, KSI, all these bums, like they're bums, like they're not none of that. And shout out, listen, KSI.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Yeah, you're a businessman. I'm not knocking that. Jake Paul, businessman. I'm not knocking that. But let's keep it real.
Let's just show a bit more respect to the actual professionals.
You're not
The
beating
people
a seasoned vet.
Nah. And you lot, The fact that you lot are trying to come in here and say that you're better than the people who've been doing it from 5, 6 years
laying the
old,
foundation,
doing it day in, day out because you had 6 months training with like a top trainer, like you either built for it or you're not.
And George Foreman, people forget, you know, like just to put this into context, George Foreman was still a world champion, I think, in his 50s. He was a world champion like into his 50s.
Like
Bernard Hopkins was a champion, I'm sure, in his 40s.
Yeah, he was late.
So what I'm basically trying to explain to you is that great elite boxers, because Foreman was an elite boxer, they don't just lose that skill. And the average dude is not getting in the ring and washing them.
Nah.
Like they still have the capacity to bang and swing. So we're talking about in recent times. Mayweather was fighting. He was probably in his early 40s when he fought McGregor.
Yeah.
He weren't washed up.
No.
And he was playing the whole time. That wasn't a real fight.
A serious fight.
That weren't a serious fight.
Like play a fight with like your little kids.
Yeah. Tyson Fury was. I don't know what he's got invested in what's going on over there in Saudi, but I know the man that fought a Wilder that was wild and took a lick from Wilder and got up and then outboxed him in the preceding fights. That guy is not nearly losing to Ngannou.
Do you think that fight might have taken something out of Fury though?
Bro,
because that was a performance of a lifetime, and we've not really seen him replicate that kind of performance since.
I think it definitely, because I think a lot of fighters will say there's always that one fight that just kind of shook it up a bit for them in their career. But I feel like he's the first fighter that I've seen. Because remember when Tyson got jailed, came out, became champion, but then mentally just weren't the same.
Yeah.
And it showed. Tyson Fury was the first guy put on mad weight. Obviously, his mental health wasn't great as well.
Yeah.
He should have been washed, bro.
Yeah, true.
And he came back to an elite level and beat everyone that was in front of him.
Well, that's why Wilder took the fight, really, because he thought
he was going to wash him. And rightly so.
Everybody else did.
And rightly so.
This guy's been away for 2 years.
He should not be able to fight.
Fat as hell, been sniffing Charlie.
Living mad. He weren't, you know, it's not, he wasn't disciplined in his life away from boxing.
No.
And yet, this brother who could just wild out could lose enough weight to fight at the time a top boxer. I'm not going to say an elite, but a top boxer.
They say the best puncher ever.
I'm just saying, great knockout, and took his shot, got up, not only finished the fight, but then said, cool, we're going to come back again and again, and I'm going to still win. I always have to rate that. I will always rate that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time, absolutely
No
not.
way.
But the man's talent is real.
Yeah.
100% real. And it's natural talent. Because it's not, no one looks at him and thinks, I want his physique. No one looks at him and thinks, I want his feet. There's nothing about his fighting game that everyone says, yo, I want that. He's got the shoulder roller. But the man is, he is that, he's like a footballer that, you know that footballer, he's not really that quick.
Yeah.
He's like a Bernardo Silva.
True.
You can't fault anything. No one says that his technique is poor.
Nah.
His technique is clearly good. Like, he ain't doing the Rabonas, he's not doing the step overs and Ronaldinho assist with the back.
Yeah.
But everything he does is tight, and it's just natural to him. In that ring, it's just natural, and because of that, he's able to beat the average.
True, man. Yeah, I think as well his trainer. What's he called? Sugar.
The black man, yeah, he came at the right time for him.
He came at the right time. I think that's why AJ messed up. AJ was too loyal to people. Tyson Fury did not look as good under his uncle.
No.
That's why people thought he was trash.
Yeah.
Because even when he beat Klitschko, if we're being honest, Klitschko was washed at that point.
Yeah, no, he was coming towards the end of his career, 100%.
Like that was like the final thing, and then AJ just put the nail in the coffin. That he
Yeah.
never over his last 2 fights.
Yeah.
So you're not beating a guy in his prime. They both beat a washed up.
Yeah.
Klitschko.
A declining heavyweight.
Yeah.
100%. I know we're young. Like
But one thing I would say, which always made me think, you know what, there might be something about this AJ guy. He wanted the rematch with Fury, whereas AJ was just like, nah, I'm finished.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. Hold on. Who wanted the rematch?
Klitschko.
Klitschko wanted the rematch with
Against
Fury.
Yeah, Fury.
But didn't want. Yeah, nah. He knew. I think he knew by AJ. It's just not work. Because don't forget, was he the one that became a politician as well?
I think he was kind of doing that
already.
At the same time.
I think there's a point where you just realise this ain't worth my time. I could end up with Alzheimer's. You know,
even then, he still could have took maybe like another fight with somebody else.
But then he'd have to come back. He knew to bow out. He knew that AJ. And I used to work with this guy who was a boxer, and I think he came up in the British youth rankings, and so I think he was familiar with AJ, and he used to tell me all the time. In fact, his name was Hobbs. Shout out to Hobbs. Shout out Hobbs, man. He used to say it all the time. The brother was an elite boxer.
Yeah.
So that's another boxer in that world.
Yeah.
In fact, Hobbsy, I remember you saying that you were working towards being a professional referee. I hope that you're still doing that, my brother. He was saying that literally AJ was a real deal.
Yeah.
So I know what we see in regards to physique and what we've heard in regards to technique is real.
And even what we've seen at time, we've seen him.
And we've seen the flashes of it, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've seen him. Endman, like with Fury, as good it was against Figgy, he don't end people like that. He'll box the head off and this and that.
Yeah.
But in terms of just like taking the soul.
Nah.
He ain't that guy.
Nah. I always look at Fury as if he finds the right matchup, he could have a problem.
Yeah.
And and obviously I think Usyk, if Usyk was in Joshua's size, obviously it's easy to say that, but then he wouldn't necessarily be the same boxer.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So you can't really say that. But
it'd be a lot easier to hit.
Yeah. But I would say that would be a problem for Tyson. I think Tyson is too big for Usyk. Because Tyson's he's too good with his size.
I don't think it'll be a good fight to watch.
Nah, it'd be horrible. He just keep him away with the jab, and his feet are good enough. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that Zankel's good, but he was a little bit square on.
Yeah.
He plants his feet.
Yeah.
Whereas Tyson literally does move around. He's got good feet.
Yeah.
And so I think as long as you've got good feet and you're a big man. To be fair, if Tyson was in America, he could play basketball.
Yeah, probably could do.
He looks mobile enough. He's not a lump. He's an athlete. He's an athlete. And I always think about that. Like when you got them footballers that are like 6'7", but they're just lumps. The movement's slow. But you got dudes in America that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah. That
are dunking, spinning. Just a totally different level of athleticism.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? So I think it'll be interesting. I want to see Fury get Usyk out of the way just because I just think that's a mismatch. But I want to see.
You reckon he's just mashing up?
I just think he'll outthink him. The tactics will work for him.
But this brother's coming from like a war-torn country, man.
Usyk's a beast, bro. But I just think there's. Yeah, I know, but.
Got people to.
I hear you,
and
man.
the whole country on his back.
Trust me, Fury ain't knocking him out. Fury ain't disgracing
Fury looks a bit Russian as well.
True. But still, I don't think it's enough. I think Fury's got enough about him. And did you see how trim he looked in that fight, bro?
Yeah.
How he just looked. His skin looked better. So I thought, alright, he's clearly looking after himself. So whatever's moving, he's either taking it seriously or his life is just moving in a totally different direction.
Yeah.
I won't even be surprised if he retires and tries to go into promotion.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because it looks like he's trying to be more
like
the face of whatever it is.
Yeah,
he's
more
doing.
presentable.
Yeah.
He's not saying no wild stuff and being disrespectful.
Nah, and I think
he's been seeming like the elites.
And no British boxer at the moment has achieved what Mayweather achieved, what De La Hoya achieved, where as a professional you go from being a boxer to a management and owner and promoter.
I kind of see AJ doing that more.
You think?
I think he's a lot more presentable. He knows how to work certain situations. Tyson.
He's corporate now. He's definitely corporate.
He's way more corporate. Tyson don't know that life. And he's too random as well. Like one day I'll just decide, I don't want to do it, or I'll go somewhere else. Whereas you got to be committed and consistent. Whereas
Yeah.
But AJ, I see that.
I think AJ's definitely got the discipline. What would seem to be the discipline of being able to manage, because he's managed his brand well.
Yeah.
Nothing mad has come out about him, and I keep saying this every pod. People's character, how people carry themselves, is really important. And actually, AJ is not just outside of performances in the ring that people might be disappointed or whatever. He's not disgraced himself.
No, the worst controversy with him is he's got a youth like Drake who is hiding from the world. But then he said he's hiding his son
he's trying to keep his son
from the world,
safe and happy, and you know who don't want to keep their family safe, man. So now, man, shout out to AJ, man. I apologise for doubting you, my brother.
Never do that again.
But it's because I don't want to invest so much in you winning. You let me down, man. That's all it is. It's my own insecurities.
We got to support our people, man. AJ went out in COVID and said, "Listen, man, we got to stick together. We got to support each other." And then the people didn't like that. Certain groups of people started going against AJ because he was trying to back his people there. His own people was not even backing it. So I thought, I have to back this, brother.
You're right. I need to fix up. AJ, man, I'm not going to do it again.
Never.
Whatever it is, don't matter, win, lose or draw.
We love you back here. Because you know what?
Real.
You've made boxing, especially in this country, you made it lucrative again.
Yeah.
And for years it wasn't.
No.
Even Tyson Fury can thank you as well for the money 100%. That he's making. Because nobody cared.
No one cared.
When he beat Klitschko, nobody cared.
After Amir Khan and he got wobbled, it was almost like it was there, and Amir Khan was like, "All right, cool, we got the next superstar."
Yeah.
After he got wobbled, the British scene.
The fight against Fury and Klitschko was on Channel 5.
Yeah, that's wild.
There wasn't no box office.
Yeah, David Hay wasn't box office. None of them were box office. I feel like it was. In fact, if Hatton beat Mayweather, box office. And that's
I'm pretty sure the Wilder fight might have been his first pay-per-view.
That might have been. No, you're right. It might have been. I feel like Hatton was box office, and he's filling out stadiums all day long. It's just he came up against one of the greatest of all time, and then who did he fight after, and lost again? Was it Pacquiao?
Who's that?
Hatton. He lost to Pacquiao and was it Pacquiao? It was Pacquiao, right? Yeah. So that for me is if you want anything on your resume, you want to say I went up against the best of all time.
Yeah.
But if Hatton had beat. Imagine if Hatton had beat Mayweather and had beat Pacquiao. Boxing in this country would have absolutely, certainly the working classes as well, it would have absolutely blown up. I think Joshua made boxing a national interest again. It wasn't just a localised pub man, estate man thing. It was a national.
It was a household
interest. Name. Yeah, it was a household name. Hatton was the working man's champion.
Yeah.
And that's, again, not to be rude.
And before that, you had guys like Carl Froch and...
Yeah, who again, he worked box office. Brilliant boxer. Really good boxer. Heart, everything.
You're not going to see their face on a bottle of Lucozade.
Nah.
Or on a JD Sports advert.
And obviously, even like his main fights weren't even against box office.
No, it's just like... Guys who were sick.
Yeah.
But there weren't big names.
Nah, Andre Ward and all those other guys were getting the Americans were getting all the shine at that time, and I feel like Hatton was starting to be in that conversation, but then, like I said, so shout out to AJ.
Yeah, man.
Again, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, he's done something big for the country.
But there is a rumour that AJ is racist because he's saying that he would never have done that to a white fighter. So
people
you don't care about BLM.
That's what you see. You see what I'm saying. That's why I hate the internet, man. That's why I hate the internet. People with their little funny ideas.
It's a conspiracy.
And they just bring it to the public, man. That should stay.
I seen a tweet and he said AJ's racist. He said he would not have beat. He would not beat. How can he beat another African man like that?
Listen,
let the little Russian Ukrainian man just because his country's beefing Russia.
Yeah, nah.
Let him get away with it.
You see that? You see, I look at it as he's done his brother a service.
Yeah.
And said, listen, fam. Because when you think about it, even the knockouts, it was like one punch flash knockouts.
Yeah.
There was no like evil intent.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes in Tyson floored him and the man's against the ropes
Yeah.
and he's trying to get another hook in. Like, it was none of that. It was just clean boxing. He's just letting Ngannou know there's levels to this game.
Yeah.
And at the moment, you can talk well, you can think well, but if you come into this world and you take too many hits to the head that you're not used to taking,
Yeah.
it can get really peak for you. And obviously, I don't know what the studies are in regards to Alzheimer's in MMA fighters.
True.
I don't know what that is. If anyone knows, then
Leave a comment.
please talk on that. Yeah.
Send an email.
But we know that in boxing, repeated hits to the head, because that's all people can aim for, really. Your body and your head.
That's it, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? At least with mixed martial arts, I might try and take a limb off.
Twist up your arm.
Yeah. But boxing is your head and your body, and too much of that. Ain't
Too
good
much
for
stuff
you.
going on in them areas, too many vital organs, and
Telling you.
too many chemicals getting messed up. And
Messed up. Man's livers are
Trust me.
destroyed and obliterated. So, nah, man, I don't want Ngannou. I think he's done really well to get from where he was in Cameroon.
Yeah, man.
And he's made money. He's made a lot of money, life-changing money. And I think it's important that anything we do in life, we're able to enjoy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
And the brothers are back, man. We're taking over boxing, man.
Yes, sir.
Don't ever forget that.
Yes, sir. But yeah, that's the thing, man. It's interesting actually. You were talking about even like training, and how training impacted the output of the fighter.
Yeah.
Because obviously we were talking off script about the importance of ownership in clubs.
Yeah.
And how it's not just the coach, like it's the management of the club that will feed into what a coach can do, and then what the coach does then feeds into what the players then do.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't have one.
It's like a tapestry.
Yeah, it is a tapestry of skill sets and ideas and execution, and it all needs to be in sync. Obviously, when we look at certain clubs, and you can see when they're in turmoil, the management then looks like they don't know what they're doing. The management's decent, like Ten Hag as an example. I know it sounds like we're always bashing Man United, but
That's because we are.
it's just a living example that they're not where they should be. They're not where we grew up with them being. And Ten Hag, people forget, was winning titles, you know,
Only
in Holland. I hear you, but he was still winning titles.
I suppose, but
And let's get it right.
So is Gerrard. And
Yeah, but Gerrard never got to the Champions League semi-final, and Ajax were hurting up teams from across Europe.
I suppose.
So they were doing all right. I'm not saying he was the world's best player, but I'm saying he wasn't as bad as he is now. Or he wasn't getting those kind of results. And United have just been doing so poorly from a management point of view.
But all I'd say to that is, how many years in a row was he doing that? How consistent was that? Was that a one-off blip?
What?
Him at Ajax, like, was he consistently winning titles?
Did he not win a couple of titles?
Because I don't think he did. I think he
just won.
I think he maybe like won, like really good season, and then they've just got gassed off the back of that one season,
and
then they said he's a saviour man, like Chip, man.
Right.
I mean, saviour man.
I would have to research that. I thought he won a couple, you know, but maybe they just wouldn't have won. But I still don't think, like, again, I still don't believe he's that bad a manager.
No, definitely not. But he's got that bad players and bad mentality.
It's a bad environment, isn't it?
Yeah, the environment's bad.
And I feel like, obviously, whatever used to happen before, if Fergie weren't feeling somebody, that person was gone. Now, Fergie did not own that club.
No.
And people talk like Fergie owned that club.
Yeah.
Fergie was an employee.
I feel like he's done that though, but it's still backfired. Like, he's got rid of Sancho. He's got rid of Ronaldo. There's another couple of players. He won't feel it, Fred. See you later, mate. Keeper, David De Gea. The 3 out of those 4 are big names.
But check it though. I like the way he did that. That was heavy. Could watch me land now. Because the issue is not back in the day, and we're gonna use alright, boom. This is Man United appreciation. This is Man United appreciation day, yeah?
Okay.
So back in the day, if something didn't fit the programme, it was shipped on.
Right.
But what always remained were the olders.
Yeah.
Tried, tested, seasoned vets.
The spine.
So we could go right back from the beginning. Early 92.
Yeah.
Pallister came in, Steve Bruce was in, Dennis Irwin was in, Paul Parker was in the early days. Bear in mind, these are internationals, you know what I'm saying? Not Steve Bruce, but certainly Gary Pallister was an England international. Paul Parker was England right back. Dennis Irwin was Irish left back. Peter Schmeichel. They weren't necessarily old at the time, but they were coming into a mature period in their career. Brian Robson from the 80s. People forget he was still their club captain when they won the Premiership for the first time. That. Roy Keane was the young one. Paul Ince was hitting his peak years. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Mark Hughes, Brian McClare. So these guys were always present. Eric Cantona. These guys were all present. And what they made sure is no matter what happened, there was always a thread of experience in the team.
You need it.
And the value of wisdom, I think, in this generation is gone.
That's true.
Just in life. People don't value elders. Everyone thinks that the newest generation is the most important generation.
That's true. Recency bias.
That's crazy. Like, a generation can only survive based upon the work of the previous generation.
That's it.
So to totally remove what they've done means you've got nothing to build on.
That's true. You need that foundation.
You need a foundation. So let's move on from United. You're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, man. Till I die. Come on.
Till you die. Wenger didn't achieve what he achieved out of the ether. He was the beneficiary of what George Graham had done. Bruce Rioch had tried to maintain. So none of them players were young.
Nah.
They were seasoned vets. From 80s. Keogh.
Okay.
Adams. Bold. Dixon. Winterburn. Ray Parlour was, again, he was at a point of his career where he should have been, he was about 25, 26, whatever. Mercer was still there them times there.
True.
And he was a crackhead. What he
Allegedly.
said. No, he said he was a crackhead.
Okay.
He said he was on crack at the time. So.
What, he's actually smoking crack?
Apparently so. I watched the interview.
You know, that makes a lot of sense.
And obviously he talks about how he lost a lot of money. He, again, a talented man, but his lifestyle was out of control. Now, again, imagine his life was so out of control, but yet, because there was enough around him, his behaviour didn't impact the whole team. And didn't cause the demise of the whole team. Alright, check it. So I'll flip it. An old Cristiano Ronaldo.
Washed up. Finished.
37, 38, comes to Man United. He's not coming to be an older head.
Nah, he's coming
to be a main guy.
To stat pad.
Yeah? So he's not really trying to share wisdom.
Nah.
He's just trying to...
He's just come there to boost his numbers.
So he's not helped in regards to the culture of the club.
Nah. He's making demands saying, I want to be number 7. Don't care about none of these youngers. Like, it's all about me still.
And so...
That was mistake number one.
Yeah. And so now the generation is just like, alright, so it's all about every man for himself.
But because all these Man United fans is on the little nostalgia trip and remembering what he did do in the past, I mean, the best version of Ronaldo didn't even play for Man United, in my opinion.
I mean, no, definitely not. But I think sometimes we allow these people to come in and sabotage. And again, I've said it before, that's what I rated about Arteta. When he realised something was working against what he was trying to build, he got rid of it straight away.
Bye, man. Bye, Ozil.
Have to. And you need, though, the older guys, you always hear it in these football podcasts, where the ex-players are saying, yeah, man, such and such held down the dressing room. And it's always the older players, or those mature players. Because, again, wisdom is not necessarily age-driven. Wisdom doesn't have an age, it just has experience. And an understanding of experience. And some lads are well ahead of their years because they conduct themselves in a certain way, and what you'll find is the people around them will benefit and grow from that. You know, when we look at people like Rashford, Sancho, what's going on with them boys, there's a lack of leadership around them. Because someone should be coming around them saying, fam, hold it down, man.
Just relax, man.
Relax.
You don't have to put out a press conference every week. You don't have to publicly go out there and say, I'm not apologising to the manager and this and that. Just chill.
Listen, I'm telling you, bro. A man that's...
look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, you got to look at the bigger picture. Yeah, you got to look at and see we in the young generation. I'm saying like I'm Gen Z now. I'm fighting for y'all. The Gen Z generation don't understand the bigger picture. They don't know that there's a bigger picture.
I don't even think they understand the struggle, the position that they're in right now.
Nah.
30, 40 years ago, brothers ain't getting them chances.
Nah.
And you're being on your moral high horse and you're getting on the ground and you're saying this and that. It's like...
And again, this is not a slight. This is just sometimes we have to understand what has happened before, so we can appreciate where we are now and the opportunities that we have, so that we can push it forward. So my whole thing is like, you know when something's moving forward because the dynamics are completely changing. Talk about black players in their football league, whatever, that's not enough. We've now been present in football in this country for long enough now that we should be moving on to management. We should have moved on to management.
Even ownership of a club?
Well, the ownership then is the next thing. But then again...
enough of them have got enough money to band together. And Manchester United boys are doing it.
100, right, exactly. It's alpha. But I'm even going to go as far as this and say this, that the white players, it's not a black thing or white players have been prevalent in the English league for the whole time.
Yeah.
Why is it that we've not had one who has amassed enough wealth and shown enough acumen to then own a decent club? I'm not even saying a top club, but a decent club. If Magic Johnson can do what he did as a professional and come back to be an executive and part owner of one of the biggest sports franchises in the world. I know he's a billionaire, but he was a player. And I'm not saying every football player should be a billionaire, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying, why have we not moved on? Why is it punditry?
And you need a clown pundit.
You've got all the resources in the world. You sit in a room of millionaires every day. Every day, bro.
True.
You know how the world works because that's been your world for 20 something years. You know what works. You know what doesn't work. You know how people like
see life from both sides.
From both sides. Do you understand what I'm saying? And a lot of that is because, and sometimes again, it's a lack of wisdom, a lack of understanding of the wider, bigger picture, even within football. If you've never been taught to be an owner,
then you're just gonna act.
You just think, oh, so this is just what I do. Right? Now, a lot of what I would say is what's been interesting is the shift has been, I don't even need to wait to be a pundit. I don't need to wait for Sky Sports. I can get a podcast. And get my bag there. So that's now been a wave that a lot of these young lads are going to do. I guess my challenge is you people have access to wealth that the average man could only dream of. You have access to a network of people that we could only dream of. And actually, instead of us complaining about these foreign owners coming in and destroying the game, these Todd Bowleys, these Russians, these state-owned, these states from overseas coming in and ruining up the financial fair play, instead of complaining about that, Gary Neville, you're right, we should all be working our resources
to buy the game back.
To get the game back.
Because really they could buy like a lower league team,
build it up, like Salford.
Even Wrexham, them boys from America, them actors.
You know what, bro?
They come over here and smashed it.
And so for those
don't really like football.
For those who are saying, shaking their head, saying we don't know what we're talking about, why is it that an actor, Ryan Reynolds is not, his net worth, because he's a smart guy and because he's making his money work, let's get it right, he's now got enough money to invest in a football team and push that football team to a level that it couldn't have done.
Dreamed of.
And we have footballers who are getting paid millions, especially now. Certain men are getting paid 300 grand a week. They're getting paid millions every year. But that's not even sponsorship and bonuses, all these things. And there's no sense of trying to own and do something different.
I mean, I'm looking here, there's a good chance they'll probably go up again.
Wrexham.
Yeah.
And the more they go up, they're going to cash in. And I don't mean cash in as in sell the club out, but they're going to say, all right, cool, let's push it. That's going to be another documentary.
Yeah.
That's more sponsorship. Because they know it's
the biggest stadium.
Yeah, biggest stadium. More people. Before you know it, Wrexham becomes a household name.
It becomes Inter Miami.
Literally. And obviously, you know, that's why Beckham, again, Beckham wasn't the best paid footballer in the world.
No. He's not even the smartest guy.
But yeah, he's managed to start a club in America and signed Lionel Messi.
And Luis Suarez.
He's not done it on his own. He's had to collaborate with other people. But this is what I'm saying to you. You're not an island. As a football community,
these men are prepared
you should be building relationships where you no longer are a slave and you can actually take the power away from the slave master.
I mean, hopefully Mbappe does that when he finishes, because he's been put in a position that...
Crazy position.
Really, I don't know if he deserves or what, but regardless of that, he's being given the bag, like big time. He's going to take a pay cut now to go to Madrid.
But he's got rights. He's taken a pay cut in one way, but I think he's negotiated some rights where he clearly knows this is going to be more lucrative for him.
Yeah. So he's playing the slow game.
And I remember, was it Beckham? I think Beckham was the first person that I could... I don't think he was the first person to do it, but the first person I remember, the image rights. I was thinking, image rights?
What the heck is that?
And he just understood the power. And I realised he learned that from people like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Who in the 80s said, my image is worth something. My image is a thing that sells product.
Yeah.
And so my image has value. And again, it's about, and I don't know how how truthful the film was, but it's about someone seeing further ahead. They made it look like it was his mum that was navigating and knew his worth and knew the potential, that wisdom, that understanding that created the opportunity for him to become the billionaire Michael Jordan. And the reason why we all wear these trainers and clothes with this brother's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Symbol. Like, wisdom is important. Understanding in everything is important.
Yeah.
And it orders the steps. It helps you to make the right decision. It helps you to know when to be quiet.
True. When to speak.
It helps you know when to speak up. It helps you to know how to speak.
That's true. That's so true.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And sometimes, so obviously this conversation came about because in our world now, we always say by the time a man hits 30, he's washed up.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone wants to get rid of the players that are like 30, 31, 32, they're washed up. We need the next young wonder kid. But how's a wonder kid? If I can say this on facts, not one wonder kid has ever become great in a team full of wonder kids.
No chance.
He's had to learn from somebody else.
Yeah.
He had a raw talent, but he had to learn the game.
I never even thought about that.
From somebody else.
That is very true.
Every wonder kid. You can't do it on your own. You have to learn from a foundation. And so obviously we were talking about that, and so we started to think about some of the teams that had these what would seem like old washed up, because again it's that narrative of old washed up players.
Yeah.
But actually the older statesmen were pivotal in the performance.
Yeah.
So in recent times, that Italy team, according to Gen Z, that played England with the Young Bucks, should have got washed.
True.
Chiellini and them boy, the Bonucci, they were all in their 30s.
Jorginho.
Do you know what I'm saying? They should not have been able to compete, but those guys who knew the game, have been at the top level for many years, knew how to defend.
When he did that sly little pull
he knew. He's like, I got the legs.
He knew exactly how to do it. I'm not going to catch him. I'm just going to give him
I'll take the yellow card, man.
I'll take the yellow.
Yeah, but you're not going to get the goal.
We're not moving like that.
Nah. Because it's we call it the dark arts. It's just understanding the game, understanding your limitations. Like I'm a firm believer of the greatest defenders are not the people with the greatest athleticism.
No.
It's the ones who can understand the game the best. And they're the ones that are the most effective. I was thinking about, I remember, is it Roberto Ayala? So for y'all who don't know, Google that, brother. He in this modern day, we would never encourage him to be a centre-back because he was about 5'9". He's kind of short. 5'9", 5'10". He was short. And wasn't necessarily the quickest.
Yeah. But
he had a really good vertical. he could jump, he could contend for headers,
Yeah.
and he could read the game really, really well.
Yeah.
He was at Valencia, really good. And I remember he went to a World Cup with Argentina, and he was like the linchpin of their defensive performance.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the Argentina team with lots of really good young players.
Even your boys last season.
Milner was our best player, bro.
Milner, Henderson.
Milner held us. And I know, and this is the thing, Hendo's not the greatest player in the world.
No.
But what he does for the environment in regards to, for the players around him, you literally can't undervalue it. Like, he brought a balance to the boys, even when they were going through the injuries. He was never moody, never complaining, just professional. If he was on the bench, didn't want, and the lads
captain is happy, and he was like, played a role.
Yeah. And the lads never spoke ill of him.
No.
So his presence was important. Milner always turned up and did what needed to be done. And
yeah.
So I can say definitely from Liverpool, we were worried when he went. We were like, oh right, what we're going to be left? We can't lose all our leaders.
Yeah.
That's what they are, isn't it? Really, the leaders. Like, obviously, when I look at us, I'm thinking Odegaard's really good player, and he's now having to learn to be a young leader.
Yeah.
But ideally, what you'd want is some seniority around him just to cover him, really.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Listen, as great as Vieira wasn't able to be captain until way down the line.
True.
He had to wait a long time because when it came to leadership game, there were vets.
Mm-hmm.
Until Roy Keane left, and even Roy Keane was Roy Keane for a long time. He didn't get the captain armband until long after Cantona left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, because they respected and recognised who was there before.
Yeah. But now you're hearing these young kids saying that they don't want to be captain on certain match games and stuff.
And again, that's because they need someone to be like, fam.
For you
to say that means you're not a leader.
It's, for me, it shows you're not a professional athlete.
Yeah, that's why.
You're not prepared. All of them should be leaders. All
Everyone
of them
should want to lead. Yeah.
For you to have made it that point, you should be able to lead. You should be able to follow. You should be able to just get on with it.
100%.
You're getting paid ridiculous money.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that you don't want to do press conferences and this and that. You don't want to captain against certain teams. Like, I'd really don't want to understand the thinking as to why.
Be part of that conversation. Why would you not? Why would you not want to captain against a certain team? That's why.
Don't make unless like either you support them or something, or you're just not into it.
I'm even going to go as far as to say this. You know, wisdom shows you how to manage your emotions. Because a lot of that sounds like feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
And I can't speak to people's emotional state when they're walking through life because we're all different. But what I will say is understanding the experience shows you how to manage that.
Yeah.
Because you know, if you're working in a competitive environment and you're telling someone you only want to lead in certain circumstances, what you're doing is disqualifying yourself as being a leader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to lose opportunities. If you keep saying that kind of stuff, people eventually are just going to look past you because you're disqualifying yourself. And there's opportunities that you could have had.
Well, you know what it is, I think, especially at Manchester United, those players have got too much power. The fact that they can even say no to that
is wild.
Is mad.
Wild. It's wild.
And the thing is, they're all still there and the manager's been sacked.
Yeah, that's Gen Z, bro. And that's what I'm saying. That's
we're not hating on you, Gen Z.
No. And again, I'm trying to help you out, Gen Z. Because look at United.
We're the problem because we let you carry
on with
this punk behaviour.
But Gen Z, look at Man United. Do you want your life to be like Man United? Or do you want your life to be like Man City?
These Man City are not doing press conferences because they can't control the questions.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I want to know what I've been asked before you asked me it.
Listen to how the elders used to do it. And because we've all been grilled, that's the job, right? We all get interviewed with. So just see how the olders did it, and then run. You know what it is,
though? I wouldn't even say do it like how they did it because a lot of the time back in the days.
No, I don't mean do it like they did it, but I'm saying like just understand. There's a role and a
Yeah.
game to play. The media have not become more harsh. Bro, remember they used to tell Beckham I don't want him to die and just to die. Yo,
Give out Ronaldo's phone.
Easier now.
Give out Cristiano Ronaldo's phone number when England got knocked out of the thing. They call him and give him abuse.
Listen, Gen Z, you've got it easy because people can't while out anymore.
Nah, because it's
the media can't while out anymore because they will get sued. Everyone's got to be accountable. So you've got it easier. So for you to not handle easier is mad.
That's the best ability, accountability.
Hey, I like that. The best ability is accountability. And I think moving forward, these young lads need to know, one, they're accountable to an employer because they're paying you money. And understand that you are not your own business.
No.
You're an employee. You're a very well paid employee, but you're still an employee.
Correct.
Never think you're a football club.
Nah.
Because if a football club decides that they don't want to employ you, you know what you are? Jobless.
Even one of the best players of all time in CR7, he got sacked.
Yeah, he got sacked, yo.
Man, why am I paying you $400 a week for you to come
Run
on?
your mouth
Run up your mouth.
Leave home earlier.
Yeah. And try and get in these other players' heads.
Yeah. You boys are employees, and I'm not knocking it. Yeah, I'm broke, man. It's cool.
So when you're dead,
but you're a rich employee.
We still gonna be here, still kicking ball.
I'm trying to
unless
tell you.
Putin does a madness and whaps us all.
All out, yeah.
Then we're still gonna be kicking ball here.
Yeah, man.
So never forget that.
So understand your employees. You need to honour and be accountable for the things that are required of you.
Yeah.
Don't get violated. I'm never for being violated. And actually, sometimes you have to stand on your 10 toes and say, I'm not doing that. I'll be able to walk away.
Who would you say is the best player at the moment in the Premier League over the age of like 30?
Ooh, gosh, check it out, bro. Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, true.
How
old is he? 31?
He's 32.
Yeah.
De Bruyne is 31. Like, they're all still in their
The best
days.
players in the league are over 30.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. If Harry Kane was still, he turned 30.
Yeah, true. Matching work.
Yeah. I think the...
Ronaldo, how old is he?
28, 29.
Is he? I thought he was older than that.
Nah, I think he's 28. I could be wrong. So all these dudes now who have done it, your little David Silvers and all these guys that... Fernandinho, who was like 34, I think.
I think he's still kicking ball.
Still... And people, again, it's that thing of... You know, they've come through. They've had a career. They've seen success.
They've been through it all. Ups and downs.
Learn from their mistakes. Like I always say to my kids, I don't want you to repeat my mistakes. Your job is to understand my mistakes and learn new mistakes.
That's deep, man. Who are you saying that to? Which age?
Listen, I've been telling a time of that from when she was about 18 months. Yeah. All the time. Because I just think, even if you don't really understand what I'm saying, you hear what I'm saying. I tell them all the time, don't make the same mistakes. I'm telling you what to do so that you're not making mistakes. You've got to explore new mistakes. And then you'll learn from that, and then you will take all that information and that understanding, that knowledge, and you'll share that with your kids. And that's what I want for all you Gen Z guys. Learn from our mistakes. Don't just discount us because we've made mistakes. Because trust me, all of us make mistakes. We're human beings. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, but it's important to make new ones. But if I see you messing up the same way we messed up, you're a fool.
That's it.
Because you've already seen what I did. And you judged what I did. You told me I will never do that is what you were saying. You just did it in a different way, but it's the same thing.
That's true.
So don't fool yourself, like,
some idiot
humble yourself. Yeah, you've got, humility is everything. And to know that we're all susceptible to life's pitfalls.
Yeah.
And so let me be a student of the game, let me study and understand what you did there so I can apply something different to my life so I can avoid that. You know what I'm saying? And when I go into new territory, it's new territory. And people, let me tell you something, you're allowed to make mistakes.
That's part of the process.
You're allowed to get it wrong, it's part of the process. But the idea is that you don't keep making the same mistake. Don't get into a cycle of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Sancho.
If then it's not a mistake, then
it's just bad behaviour.
Yeah.
Bad character. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just being slack.
Rashford, don't be in a cycle of this.
Yeah.
Whatever decision you like.
Let your talking be on the pitch, brother.
Yeah, bro. Sancho, same thing. All you young gunners with all the talent in the world and great opportunity, change the narrative. Change the cycle.
Let's be real, they said worse stuff about better players.
100%.
You getting off lightly, my boy.
100%. 100%.
And I like you, Rocky. I think you've done some good.
Yeah, man. And this is United player, you know. I can't believe I'm speaking to these, but I want y'all to win. I want people to win. I want people, because y'all got families, loved ones, and yeah, man, I want y'all to win.
You're worried about the wrong things like Kanye, man.
Yeah, serious, man. Like, have a word. Get around someone who's been there. Speak to the owner, phone Ian Wright. Whoever, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's so many professionals out there that will tell you what it is. I will encourage you. Phone whoever. There's loads of them. Loads of them. Some of them are still in coaching. You'll come across these guys all the time.
Personally, I say disconnect the phone.
Yeah, come off social media. Speak face to face.
Get back to basics like Heady One.
Yeah.
And let your football do the talking.
Yeah.
Once you finish, release a book, release a Netflix series.
Get a podcast, do whatever. Do a documentary.
Talk your stuff, man. But right about now,
stay focused on the job.
A little less conversation, a little more action,
Ooh,
please.
Like that one too. That slapped. And it's true. And I think when we see that, at least we'll look back and we'll say, but I achieved. Because at the moment, we're in a cycle of mess. And all we're going to look back and see is missed opportunities. And it's not about that. For this generation, black, white, Asian, like, listen, this is unprecedented opportunity. This is unprecedented.
We've done well to get to this point.
Yeah, man, this is unprecedented.
Let's maintain, man. Let's push it forward. I don't want to see it all fall down like Kanye, man.
Nah. And it all go back to the same people again. The same owners, the same rich people are the ones that are holding that opportunity. And like I can't remember who it was. Obviously, everyone was criticising Rashford, criticising his portfolio of properties. But I'm not criticising that.
No,
that's amazing, bro. Yeah, that's unprecedented. You know, who else in your family has ever owned multiple properties, bro? That is amazing.
But because he's not bowling,
people now want to target everything. But all of that, I'm saying, brother, make sure that the good work you're doing for your family is also being done for your employer, because your employer is the reason that you are actually able to do something for your family. And that goes for everybody. Don't hate on the employer. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. I'm not saying be a slave to them. I'm not saying be abused to them. I'm saying where you know...
Work smart.
Yeah, work smart. Work smart. You got a contract, under the contract, brother.
You got to know the guts to those, man.
Yeah, man.
You got to know when to hold and when to fold.
Come on. I know there's a bigger picture.
That's it, man.
And your job is to make sure you keep clear. Ultimately, the club their responsibility is not to hold a big picture for you. They've got a big picture for themselves. And you're just a little piece in them trying to paint their big picture. And that's fine.
I've got one for you, in fact.
Go
on. There's talk of Rashford potentially going to
PSG.
Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
It all depends where his head's at.
Do you think that he could fill the Mbappe spaced forward?
I'll be honest with you.
Pause.
I think Rashford was actually, both him, Mason Greenwood, I thought they were talents. Real talents.
I've never been 100% convinced on either.
I know you haven't, but I thought, actually they're all right. I think the problem was they've come into an environment that's not at its best, and can't give them what they need to kick on. But now, Rashford's 26.
True.
So he's not young anymore. He's been in the league for like 7 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like he had everything.
What I will do is admit that there is times I've watched it, but I thought, oh wow, he was a world beater at times. Not that bad.
You know what I mean? But
more so than I thought that about Saka.
Yeah, he was much better than Saka.
Yeah.
When he first came into the league, Mason Greenwood was much better than Saka.
I wouldn't even say Saka's a better player than him right now.
He's a better professional.
He's just a better professional. I trust him more.
Yeah, he's a better professional.
I know. No matter what happens, he's gonna try and at least give you a 6 or 7 out of 10 every game.
Saka will do well. You look at the boy, and you just see he carries himself well. And I'll tell you the minute I realised Saka was going to have a great career. And that's why you don't even need to gas him about being world class and all of that, because that's not really important. I knew he was going to have a great career when he missed that penalty.
Yeah. Did you? How?
Bro, you know the heat he had to take.
True. Like
to put through that at that young age, that means he's got a great family. He's got a great support network.
Nobody really talking about it now.
Because he played through it.
He handled it.
He handled it.
He was not good. That's very true.
I don't know, and I'm not saying he did that on his own, but I'm saying within his world, he's got everything he needs to handle.
From the outside looking in, he did that on his own, and I think that's more respected. It wasn't like Harry Maguire getting his mum to
but
go online.
That's because they're deadbeats, and he's a deadbeat. Yeah. But actually, Saka, what does his mum look like, bro?
God knows.
That's my point. You don't know what their support network is. Yeah. But what you can be assured is, trust me, he's not doing that on his own. No 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, 23-year-old, no human being is able to handle that kind of scrutiny on their own. We all need somebody to repair. We need somebody. If it's not a therapist, we need, because it's a lot.
Trust.
So he got through, so I know, and he looks like a good boy, he looks like a church boy. He looks like someone who's got a really good, solid foundation.
True.
I don't hear nothing about him. I don't hear anything about him. He's not Jay-Z. He doesn't have the best PR company working for him. If there was something to slip up...
He's not at these weirdo events or nothing like that, and hanging around with like weirdo people.
Don't get me wrong, now he might be employing those things, but he wasn't doing that before, and I still wasn't hearing anything. We heard about Foden.
True.
We heard, you know what I'm saying? We used to hear about Greenish. And again, that's not a criticism to the boys. Men are men, young people are young people. They want to enjoy their life and whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that we didn't hear these things tells me that he manages his life. Odegaard, shout out to Odegaard. I don't know nothing about his life.
Nothing.
I just know that he plays football.
Nothing at all. And he's just professional.
And not knowing something is everything.
And to be fair, this season's made me realise, you know what? Shout out to Odegaard, because I say that Rice should be captain, but
nah.
He's not a leader like Odegaard.
Nah. And again, it's like I said to you, Odegaard is only really now just...
In fact, big up man like Martin.
Oh, here we go. Oh my lord, I didn't even know we had this son. I didn't even know we had this son. I played into that. Alright, fair play to your chest move. Nah man, Odegaard finally, he's been one of the kids from the age of 16.
Yeah.
So he's just starting to present.
He's one of the few wonder kids who's actually living up to the label.
He's looking like, oh right, you are actually going to be a world class player.
Yeah.
It looked like it was slowing down for a bit when he went to Real Madrid. Then obviously he had that season at Sociedad and now he's a really good player. Came to Arsenal, like, alright, it'll be interesting.
He had to go through it, and to be fair, people said probably worse stuff about him than flipping Rashford, because he had the pressure on him from like 15. Real Madrid bought him at 15. He wasn't just in the academy and they promoted him. No. They went out of their way to go get him.
Yeah.
So that pressure was different level.
Nah, you gotta come on, boys. Look at your man like Haaland.
True.
With a lot of screw, carries himself well.
Does.
And I mean, he's got personality, and I'm not saying people shouldn't have personality, but it's about doing your job and being able to deliver.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and these boys, at the moment, in our community, and I'm on about England, our English boys, our British boys, are getting caught up in feelings.
Yeah.
And it's impacting their capacity to deliver.
True.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've got to get through stuff that happens to everybody and get to the place where we're able to deliver.
And what's mad as well is these are the role models for the youngest, for the young kids, mate.
Yeah. And that's what we don't want.
And they see them acting like that and they're thinking like, oh, that's how a man behaves.
Yeah. That's what we do. We fold. Every time we're under pressure, we fold.
Or we go online and start typing about it.
Yeah, start venting as opposed to just, alright, 10
I've got a problem, what's the solution?
Yeah.
How am I going to fix this? Or,
Let me gas. No, man, it always starts with you. If someone's chatting, that's cool. But it's about
what can you do to
what can you do? And sometimes you don't need to even do anything in response to them. You just need to do you and actually do what you're supposed to do.
Even if it just looks like you're trying.
Try harder.
People would respect that more than
No one. I don't think there's ever been a player in history who tries hard that has been told he's not trying hard.
Yeah, never happened.
Robert, like, you know, you think about people like Robbie Savage and all them boy there.
Yeah.
He was a
You can never fault Robbie Savage for work rate, his ability all day long.
I can think of, we had loads of them at Liverpool.
But that man stood the test of time.
Yeah, they did, because of hard workers. They had an ethic. You know what I mean? Ray Parlour wasn't the most gifted footballer in the world, but he kept his place at because he worked hard. Lundberg wasn't the best right-sided midfielder in the world, but he worked hard. Presser worked hard. These guys, Silver Wiltord, he worked. When he was on the pitch, he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you're having a bad game, just put in like a nasty...
Put in the work, bro.
Put in a nasty tackle or...
Listen.
Just put your body... Just make it seem like you care.
Not everybody can be that guy that does nothing and then scores a goal.
Yeah.
They're very few and far between. They're few and far between. Those guys that literally... And we love them for it.
Yeah.
Because they're the match winners. How many real players really are match winners out there? Not many.
Aubameyang was like that for us.
But he was so consistent with being that guy,
yeah.
he got away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
nothing for that whole 90 minutes in there.
Cristiano Ronaldo will be the same.
Yeah.
Might not do much for the 70 minutes of the game, then he'll get a goal. We love him.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. You know but those guys are few and far between. The average Joe ain't getting away with that.
Nope.
And you're not being that guy. So you've got to then make sure, if I do nothing else, I need to be running around, putting myself about. That's why Nunez was missing so many shots. But the reason why we loved him, and we love him, is because he never stopped running.
Can't never fault him, and that's why he would never... I was surprised when he was getting dropped. So I'm thinking, well, you can see what he's trying to do, and it will click at some point.
Yeah.
But
Mikel Antonio, how's he managed to forge himself as a striker? He works.
He's graft.
He'll graft. Troy Deeney.
True.
Grafted. And the one thing you need, if you've got no talent in the world, but you've got grafters, you'll get somewhere.
Still need to graft.
Got to. That has to be your first.
We've seen more people disappear from football for not grafting than talented people be in the game.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
You can't have talented passengers.
Nah.
They get outed first.
Oh, I like that.
They get outed first.
You can't have talented passengers.
You can't. They get outed first.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy target.
Yeah. And that's true to life, even in podding.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
In life, in business, in everything. Passengers are a weight.
That's true.
And so you've got to carry them. Now, if for all your efforts of carrying, you have nothing to show for it, that's a wasted journey. That's on you. So you need to know that the people that you're carrying are delivering. Like I said, if you've got Cristiano Ronaldo and you're putting in a lot of work, but you know he's going to get that winning goal, cool. Mesut Ozil's not going to do no defensive work, but if you know he's going to find that assist, cool.
But when you start doubting that,
but if this dude ain't doing none of that and ain't contributing nothing else, and you still carrying, it's a dead weight.
Has to go, man.
It's got to go. In life, that's gyal, that's friends,
job,
whatever. Listen, business. That's wisdom right there. If it's not giving you anything and you are carrying it, let it
go, man.
Go.
You need the energy for you.
For you. You need them reserves. Because the truth is, you're the one that's putting in the work. So they're draining your energy supply and they're not even trying to give you no Lucozade to top up.
That's it, man.
That's wild. Get rid of that.
Trust me.
You understand? Rashford, whoever you've got in your circle, who you're carrying, brother,
bun them.
Let it go. Let it go. So that you can be the best. You could potentially earn another 20 million, 30, 40, 50 million in your career if you start to get your head right. You'll be looking back like, oh, I only got 10. That over 40 is a myth because my circle wasn't right. My life choices weren't right. I always say the worst thing, I don't want to die and, you know, you get to heaven. If you know what I mean? I believe in heaven. I believe in God. And God says to me, yo, this could have been your life. You chose what you chose, but this was actually an opportunity. I never want to look back and think, oh, opportunities that were just right there in front of me that I did not take a hold of. Put it
But
all
especially
out
when
there,
you can
bro.
see it.
Yeah, especially, but that's what I'm saying. It's even worse when you can see it. Even worse. But some people can't see it, even if it's in front of them.
Yeah. I understand.
Because that's why they behave in the way they do, because they're not really thinking about really what the opportunity is. They're just thinking about it's a weekly wage. I got a 3-year contract. They're not thinking about the next 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Not really, because then I think it would inform their decisions and their choices and how they're relating to an issue.
I mean, speaking of missed opportunities, situation with Ben White turning down England.
Ooh, wow, I was gonna ask you. I think it's in obviously I don't know what's happened.
I think he's just not feeling Southgate's tactics. He just thinks this guy's a waste guy. He's picking all these dead guys based on the fact that he trusts them, which is fair enough. But I ain't into all that, man. I got a job to do elsewhere. I'm not coming here to sit on the bench and make up numbers. I don't even like football like that. So I'm not coming here to watch. I've got other things I can be doing, bro.
Yeah, man. You know what? Whatever you do, say it with chest.
Yeah.
They're not paid, yeah.
Nah.
It's not life changing.
No.
Some men will say, nah, it's for the country. But all of that. Because when I'm not getting paid and when I mess up, y'all want to start booing me, hating me, and sending me hate mail.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I understand sometimes people don't want that exposure, don't want that pressure. It is a playing for England is a vocation.
It ain't what it used to be either. International football ain't what it used to be.
You know what I mean? I don't want no BNP man trying to run me down and all them
Britain
things.
first, BNP,
It's
Tommy
like-
Robinson.
Yeah.
No, we're just keeping it real, bro.
I'm just saying, international football is a vocation. It's not a requirement.
Nah.
It's something that I can engage in, should I desire.
Yep.
You understand what I mean? It's not going to give me anything other than an experience that if I want, cool. But if I don't want, it's neither here nor there. It's not feeding my family. It's not looking after anything that's precious to me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I understand from that point of view, if it doesn't speak to who you are as a person, it's not important. For some man, they identify themselves with that national badge.
Yeah.
And so it speaks to them and it builds them as individuals. And so yeah, for you will view a call up to England as something very different.
Yeah.
And I respect that too. But what you don't want, and I'll say this again, England fans, you who want to criticise Ben White, why are you criticising Ben White for? Why do you want to fill your national team with people that do not want to be there?
Exactly, I don't understand that.
It's better to have people that want to be there. He is honest. The minute he said, it's like a man screaming after a girl that says she don't like him.
Yeah.
She don't like you, bro.
Move on.
Move on. There's more. And from when you're shouting, you're going on like she's the only girl. He's not even that good a right back. No disrespect, bro. He's not even that good a right back.
I think he's been pretty decent.
He's all right. But trust me.
I think he's been good enough to get games.
No. He's good enough to get in the squad. But I'm saying to you, he's not irreplaceable. He's not a generational talent.
He's not that guy.
If Leo Messi said to me, I don't want to play for Argentina,
That's different.
that's totally different. That's generational talent. Ben White is not close to being a generational. He's just talented.
I think it's a toss-up between who could play in that team. And if he's not getting picked, then why is he sticking around?
Yeah. And I understand that. And we just need to accept, fair enough.
Because you've got 3 other guys who potentially ahead of him.
Yeah, he's never going to be as good as Kyle Walker, ever. He's never going to be, because Kyle Walker's one of the best ever to do it. And still fit. So I get it. He's looking at it thinking, and when Kyle Walker goes, he's still not going to be in there. Because someone else is going to come in the next couple of years.
You got Reece thingy.
Someone's going to come. You know what I mean? Someone.
Trent.
And this is what I've been thinking about, we always think, we always think about the new talent.
Yeah.
Like it's the last talent.
Yeah.
Talent's coming all the time.
Yeah.
Great players are being showcased all the time. There will be another amazing left back.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean? Jammer Braithwaite, everyone's been talking about him more and more over the last 12 months. He's obviously got in the squad. Jarrell Kwanzaa. He's looking really good, man. At a young age, first Premiership season, and the man's playing big games. He's looking deep. We've got young lads coming through.
Even Ross Barkley's made a comeback.
and then you got the comeback kids. So you got the ones coming through that we've not heard of. You got the comeback kids.
And you just got the seasoned vets.
And then you got the season
Like Harry
vets.
Kane,
Yeah, Dom Solankis, who looked like they were done. Had great under 21 career. Looked like he was done.
Callum Wilson English.
Callum Wilson's English. Ivan Toney, these dudes that
Sky
no
Bet
one.
Tony.
We got interesting.
If he said he didn't want to play for England, Tony, I'd
It's
be
cool.
like, because you're probably not going to play.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll find someone else who will be able to do that. It's not like we're back in the day with your Darius Vassals where we just got absolute bums.
But even he should have been like, you know what? Nah, I'm not playing for you because you men are using me. You putting me on for like 10 minutes at the end of a game when you know these men are tired, and you just tell me to run like a headless chicken.
But shout out to him. The call up was important to him.
True, but then
So that's him. That's on him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
if it's important to you, at least you know he wants to be there.
yeah, true.
My thing is, if someone don't want to be there, get them out of Dodge.
We should not chastise them, but do you think they should make that information public?
Or why? Nah. You don't need
Not
that.
even so much why, just they turned us down.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Because,
I thought that was a bit off, to be honest.
well, the problem is,
Let him
Southgate, there's a narrative of Southgate already.
Yeah,
He only picks his boys. And so we would have been, imagine we go to the tournament, something happens at right back.
but
He's not there. It was like, you're trash. You should have picked him and you didn't pick him. And he's thinking, bro, this brother done told me no 10 times.
he was unavailable for selection,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
He's unavailable. He said, and people are going to, but what, because he's having a great season. So the world's watching. So they're like, surely he's going to get into the squad. So now, man, you don't want to be there. I'm going to let the people know.
I think they should.
Or he should come out. Why don't he just come out and say?
Yeah, Ben White should have come out and said that.
But he was never going to do it. And hasn't done it. He
I
hasn't said
leave
why
with
he
Jamie
left.
Carragher. He come out and said himself, I don't want to play.
I don't want to play.
Even, what's it called?
Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes has
Quit
done it.
early.
Yeah, and Robbie Savage at one point.
Yeah, early. I just don't want to play. And you just have to respect it. So for me, Ben White, his silence left them with no choice but to say, well, actually, we do want him. And the door's open.
Yeah.
So like they said, like if they said he will never play for us, that's a different thing. But it's like, oh no, we want him. And the door's open. He just doesn't want to play.
I just think you don't rate Southgate.
Yeah, something, bro. Something's
Because
happened.
he went
man.
home early from the last.
But why though? I heard that he had. And you notice how they mentioned Steve Holland, and it's not because of Steve Holland. His relationship with Steve Holland's alright. Like, because obviously everyone was saying that he had a big bust up with Steve Holland in the World Cup. So the fact that was interesting that they even highlighted that as a discussion.
Yeah.
Whitey, man, come out and tell the people then, man, what's good.
Jump on the podcast, man.
Yeah, man, let us know, man, because actually you're having, and again, I don't want you to feel like I was throwing shots at you when I said
you're not that good.
you're not a generational talent. You're
that.
talented. I didn't say you were talented, but you are not a generational talent, my man. And next year, someone else is going to be pushing you anyway for that right back slot. 100%.
Needs to be.
I believe it. I believe it. I think the next couple of years we need to look out now for, or allow ourselves to look out for new talents.
Yeah, 100%.
Innit? I don't know who. Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to do because Archie Gray at Leeds, on his move, he's looking good.
The ones for the future, for next time.
Yeah. Who's going to be the next ones to make the breakthrough into the big national team? Because this must be the last. This has to be the last tournament for quite a few players.
Yeah, Kane done after this.
Kane can't be doing much after this.
Can maybe
Kyle
fit
Walker
another
won't be
World
there.
Cup in.
Yeah,
It
maybe.
depends on how much they look after themselves, to be honest.
And that's the thing.
But Englishmen are not known for looking after themselves. They don't want to go to the pub and fight and sniff Charlie and that.
Yeah. And you got to reduce your workload because the problem is what people don't understand with international football. That's your holiday.
Yeah.
So now after a hard gruel season, and don't forget Ben White is a star.
Yeah.
So I've put in a shift for the last 9 months. Now you want to take another 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then when that's done, I've got a week, and then I've got to go back to training and prepare for the next season again.
True.
So I can't remember Milner saying that now, I'm not coming back. And I think a few managers tried to, or at least one manager tried to get him to come back, and he's like, I actually can't do it.
Yeah, true.
Because their bodies have to recuperate. So again, even that, adapt with respect.
True.
But yeah, man, Ben White, man, just
Keep your head up, Blanco.
keep your head up, bro.
Don't let
nobody. Yeah,
don't let
tell
this
you nothing.
Southgate guy, man.
Yeah.
This Gareth, man. My manager can never be called Gareth, man. Nah, man. Gareth, what kind of a name is that for?
Where's he going to go after? Do you think he'll get another job?
In the bin.
Do you think he'll go to Scotland?
I've heard he's odds-on favourite for Manchester United, Joe.
That's wild. If that is the case,
That'd be
they don't know what they're doing.
That's the happiest day of my life.
That is wild. He wasn't even good as a club manager.
Calvin Phillips, we signed there. Jordan Henderson, captain.
Nah, that is wild. Now you know what we'll do, because the thing is, he was. If you remember, yeah, Southgate had success as an under-21 coach.
Yeah,
and that's what got him the job.
But there's levels to this thing, man.
So they're either thinking now he can take hold of young players, but I'm like, the brother has no plan B.
Nah.
And when they're young, these kids need to be learning as much as possible. The no plan B only works when you're a Galacticos and you're just sending out stars. Saying, yeah, man, just go play. But when it's talk about young players that need to be nurtured and coached, I'm like, nah, bro, that can't suffice.
True. In
a big club. I mean, yeah, please, Man United, employ him if you can.
He needs a job, man. Everyone needs a job.
Yeah, but that's wild.
I don't want to see him in a job centre.
No. We want to see him employed, but yo, I don't know if he's ready for the big sort of show.
I think the two negatives might make a push. So.
Who do you think will be the next England manager then?
I'm wanting Howe.
Eddie Howe?
Yeah, I think Newcastle will sack him at the end of the season.
You think so?
Pretty sure. If they don't get any European football, then he's gone.
Ooh.
But I'd definitely take him. I think one-off games here and there.
Who would you compare? Obviously, this might be a silly question. Like, who would you compare Eddie Howe to previous managers, English managers?
Previous managers, English. Trying to think.
So I can't really think of Eddie Howe football like that.
Maybe.
Huddle.
Maybe. No, I don't think he's that good. Kirbishley.
Ooh, wow. Ooh, you threw one out there.
Because he was doing good at one point and then I don't know what happened to him. He never got sacked to just quit football, didn't he?
Pressure, maybe, yeah. Kirbishley was actually solid. Sometimes they played really good football.
Yeah,
he was all dependent upon what he was working with.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, who I thought would have done well? The football would have been horrible. But I think Big Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, I think for that kind of football, where you just have to win.
Just win. Grind that. We'll do what we need to do.
Yeah.
Either do some long balls, it'd have been aggressive. And I think the players are talented enough to not get wobbled.
Yeah.
So then actually the rest of the stuff is just quite disruptive.
Yeah.
I think Big Sam could have been alright, you know. Don't get me wrong, y'all might think I'm crazy, but I think Big Sam.
I think for
I
England,
love Big Sam in the Premiership.
I honestly don't think the job's that hard. As disrespectful as that sounds, I just think we tried to make it complicated like Avril Lavigne. But
you don't need Pep.
No, the hell, no chance. No way. It's not. Cause you're literally working with what you got.
Yeah.
And you just got to make what you've got to work for. Your Pep has the privilege of being able to say, I need this. Go get that for me.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't have that privilege.
Just basically the ability to galvanise a group and
just get them on side and just be like, you know what, do what you need to do. And I think there was a time when Southgate could do that, but I think that now people just think this guy's not serious because he's stuck in the past. He's using them old tools, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, nah, bro. Like, you've been figured out. We need Plan B now.
So who do you think then is?
I think Howe could do that.
Who would you take in this tournament? We've got the older statesmen. You got your Kyle Walkers already. You got a lot of experience.
Obviously, I'd take that Kane. I'd probably take Sterling, you know, because he's got the experience. I think you need pace.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer, maybe.
I
think it might be too soon. It might be too soon for him, potentially.
Or I guess with Cole Palmer, Saka's established.
Yeah.
So he's young, but he's established.
Yeah, he's been there. Know what
Sterling's established.
Philly Foden.
Would you take Jack Grealish?
Not at the minute, no.
So then Foden. okay, established. So Cole Palmer potentially in
I'd
that
have to go and speak to Grealish personally.
to see where
And
his
just
head's
see
at.
what you playing at. Why is Pep not picking you?
Would you take Rashford?
Yeah, probably.
If it was a toss up between Rashford or Grealish, who would you take?
Probably Rashi, you know.
I would take Grealish.
Just because at these tournaments, speed kills. People don't like it.
True.
And that's another thing in international football you can't counter, like, especially the Euros.
Yeah.
Not like them South American done is where they've got that recovery pace. Like, if it's late game when you throw Rashi on, ball in behind, it's a foot race between him and somebody else. You're betting on him to get there.
No, I hear you. So Sterling, Rashi,
Saka,
Kane.
Kane.
Tony, would you take Tony?
Nah.
You're not convinced?
I'm convinced, but I just think, nah. I wouldn't be able to trust him. I think he'd be putting bets
Bets
on
on.
him getting that yellow cards and getting sent off and stuff like that.
Who's your backup number 9 then?
Ollie Watkins.
Ollie's done well actually, yeah. I keep forgetting about Ollie Watkins. Yeah, alright, fair enough. So then, yeah, you probably could fit Cole Palmer in there as a... Because you allow one young or a couple of young lads. As long
I
as
just
you've got
don't
enough.
think if the team is too dead, man. I don't want him bringing that dead energy.
So, what about your midfielder? Because that's fresh. Obviously, you can't not have Jordan Henderson.
I think you can. No.
You think so? Go on then. So, obviously, Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, Bellingham,
Yeah.
somebody else. There's another midfielder who's like on it at the moment.
Harvey Elliott.
Nah.
Too soon.
Too soon.
So
Who have you
you
got?
take Conor Gallagher over Harvey Elliott?
Nah. No chance. He's crap.
You take... This is what I'm saying? The midfield is not... Calvin Phillips cannot be an option, bro. He's been awful.
True. Nah.
What you think is an option is not an option. Calvin Phillips is done out here, bro. And if there's no Jordan Henderson, so all you've got at the moment is Declan Rice and Bellingham.
Nah, man, I need to check.
Because what we've been doing is Ward-Prowse.
Nah,
He's had a good season.
He's not going.
Bruh, who's going to go in centre midfield?
Not him, man.
And then a lot of young lads that have had decent seasons. Like Harvey has had a brilliant season. Conor Gallagher's got a lot of energy.
Madison,
bro. Alright, cool. But what about the rest of the midfield? Who's carrying the work? There are a lot of passengers. Who's going to do the work? Curtis Jones ain't going to get there. Shouldn't do.
England is not as good as I thought it would be. You know?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. It's not. And again, this is not England bashing. I'm just saying, like...
I thought we had some ball. I thought we had like a Messi or something.
We've got young lads. They're all young. Like the Archie boy. You understand what I'm saying?
Have these MFers.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're all young.
Joe Gomez is getting picked. How?
Yeah. Oh, you're cheeky. Joe Gomez has had a great season. And he can play left, right and centre. That's just a utility piece.
Nah, you know what? Southgate just quit tonight. These boys are going to get you fired.
What was it?
If you brought that list to me and said, yo, Winston I'm telling you straight.
I know, bro. Who's got... Name the squad.
I don't know, some of these.
Let me see. Is Kobe Maynard?
Calvin Phillips was on that list still.
Was Calvin Phillips in the squad? That's outlandish. That is crazy. That is absolutely mad. That makes no sense.
I'm telling you, there's other people that can be picked, but he keeps picking these.
That is weird. I'm not saying that he's got loads of options, by the way, people, but I'm just letting you know.
Oh no, tell a lie. Calvin Phillips has been dropped, but Jared Braithwaite, Anthony Gordon. Let me see the most. I think it's just been announced.
Okay, good. Jared Braithwaite is definitely a good shout. Is Harry Maguire still in the squad?
Yeah, still.
Well, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So to be fair, if he's in the squad, right, the other guys really should be consistent.
That is wild.
Like, I think he should be in here.
That's why Jared Braithwaite should be there because you got to usher in the next generation, and he's very good.
We've got like 4 bumble midfielders.
Go on.
Or 5.
Go on.
Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, James Maddison, Declan Rice, John Henderson.
See, told you.
Wow.
I told you Jordan had to be there. Because the thing is, give me another English holding midfielder.
Trevor Chalobah? I don't even know, bruv.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
There's got to be someone, man. I'm not having this.
That's what I said to you. So when I said that Harvey Elliott, you probably thought I was being funny.
I did.
I would take Harvey Elliott over Conor Gallagher.
Now that I've seen this, I actually would rather take him.
I'll take Harvey Elliott over
How's Conor
all day
Gallagher?
long. That's wild. That ain't wild. That's wild to me. I could do a better job than that.
This is madness.
That's wild.
We're not winning nothing. I'm hoping this. I need to go home and do some
Really?
research because this can't be it.
The under 21s will look tastier than that.
Because only when somebody said to me about the defence that I started to think, actually, we don't even have no defenders. Now you've said about the midfield, I'm thinking, wait, we don't even have no midfield.
I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to say, brother. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, we still talk about Stones. I was like, how's Maguire still getting there? Stones is our best defender. So then you got Lewis Dunk. The thing is, I know you still got people like Lewis Dunk, Jared Braithwaite. They'll pull something together. Even Gerard Quansah.
Yeah.
Like, if they had to, they got a couple of lads that are in form that can do something. But the midfield now, I'm like, I don't actually know who could. That's why they were talking about that Kobe Mainoo from Man United. But I would never take a teenager.
Yeah.
Who's not a guaranteed, who's not played at least 20 Prem games this year, to be my number 6.
This is mad.
No way. And so that means then we're heavily reliant upon Declan Rice. Jordan can play the 6, so Jordan's basically your 6 guy to rest Rice. But then you still need someone who's going to have a work rate. And I understand Conor Gallagher is full of running,